After a season opener that was nothing short of exhilarating, we go back to a more classic event, the relay race. Here in Event 2 of the Team Quadrilla Marble League, teams will have to show both teamwork and speed in order to conquer their opponents and advance in this bracket, and the team that suffers no losses will be crowned the winners of the relay here in Season 2. After Event 1, it is the Slimeballs, the home team, on top in the standings. They're followed by the Floundering Fish, Efficient Eggs in 2nd and 3rd. Then it's the Shadow Riders and the Blue Lotus in 4th and 5th. But we're going to go straight into the swing of things with this event. Heat 1 of 8, the Slimeballs and the Majestic Melons. The Slimeballs are gold medalists and hosts. They've opted to change up their lineup a bit. Uzi will be starting, and they have the slight lead. Majestic Melons now take it. Majestic Melons easily going to get the win. The Slimeballs, terrible third leg. What happened to them? They will not be advancing. That is a very big surprise. The Slimeballs were extremely strong in the relay in the friendly round with a 6.53 second time. That is almost a full second adrift from their friendly round relay time. That is disappointment from the home crowd. As we get into Heat 2, Floundering Fish and the Bobble Squad, you wonder, some of those changes that the Slimeballs made may have been to detriment of them. But we're going to go ahead with Heat 2, Floundering Fish and the Bobble Squad. Bobble Squad strong in the relay as well, and they're going to get the win just barely in front of the Floundering Fish. That was much closer than what we saw in Heat 1. Floundering Fish had the early lead, but from the second leg onward, the Bobble Squad was in their favor, and the Bobble Squad, by less than a tenth of a second, gets the win over the Floundering Fish. Still a good time for the Floundering Fish. Unlucky to not advance. As we go into Heat 3 of 8, the Efficient Eggs and the Golden Cheeses. Both of these teams are fairly average in the relay, from what we've seen in the qualifiers and in Season 1. Golden Cheeses now have the lead. Efficient Eggs trying to catch up. Oh, they barely do! The Efficient Eggs at the last moment will get the win. Scramble, the captain, pulls it out just barely in front of Cheddar, the captain of the Golden Cheeses. Fairly slower times than what we've seen in previous heats. The Efficient Eggs lucky to advance on there. But now in Heat 4 of 8, the Shadow Riders and the Green Lotus. Green Lotus also another roster change for them. They have subbed in their reserve Creeper, and they're going to be the Anchor Marble. We'll see how that works out for them. The Shadow Riders, very strong in the relay, and they're ahead. They're going to just barely win. The Green Lotus were catching up, but it wasn't enough. And these two teams, they clashed for the podium spot, the final podium spot in Season 1. The Green Lotus got it, 3rd place overall in Season 1, but the Shadow Riders get the win in the relay and will be advancing with a good time of 5.83 seconds. So we're halfway done with the heats. Blue Lotus and the Olive Orbs in Heat 5. The Olive Orbs upset the Red Lotus in the relays and the qualifiers. Red Lotus, of course, are defending winners of the relay, but they didn't qualify, so they're not in this event. Olive Orbs have a big lead. Blue Lotus, look at this. Blue Lotus catch up in the final leg. What was that? They were behind by several lengths. But the Olive Orbs, look at this, easily had the win, it looked like. But the Blue Lotus, a phenomenal final stand from their captain Iris, and they get the win. Oh my word, that was absolutely brilliant from their captain. As we go on to Heat 6 of 8, I'm still astounded by that brilliant display of skill by the Blue Lotus. Team Atlantic, who's subbed in their reserve as well, Orca, after their captain got injured, and they're facing the Valley Dashers, and the Valley Dashers easily get the win. Our record holders of the relay, without much of a surprise, gets the win over Team Atlantic. Their vice captain, Sea Turtle, leading the team there, and they will not be advancing. Disappointment for them. But the Valley Dashers move on, one of the favorites to do well in this event, as our record holders and defending bronze medalists. As we get into Heat 7 of 8, the Valley Dashers, by the way, have set the fastest time thus far in this event. The Yellow Lotus and the Sinister Sprinters. Yellow Lotus have a big lead, stretching in front. Sinister Sprinters catching up though, and did they get it? Sinister Sprinters caught up in the near lane. I think the Sinister Sprinters have done it. Yellow Lotus had it locked up, but they're slowing down Sinister Sprinters, speeding up, and the Sinister Sprinters get the win. Look at this, both of these two teams getting the two fastest times. It is very unfortunate for the Yellow Lotus, such a fast time, but they couldn't advance, and they will certainly be in the upper part of the bottom half. But now, the Poison Ivy and the Deep Divers in our final heat. Deep Divers had the best finish in the relay from Season 1, with second place. They're in the lead right now, but the Poison Ivy, a comeback and an upset victory here from them. The Deep Divers lose it with their captain Seabed. What a surprise there. Poison Ivy will be moving on. Deep Divers, another bottom half finish. And our defending champions, not a good start to this league at all. They will only get 10th. Yellow Lotus, without much of a surprise, get 9th, and our host, the Slime Balls, and our defending gold medalists from the last event are in 16th. A lot of stories there to unpack as we get into the quarterfinals. Majestic Melons and the Bobble Squad had a good time in the qualifiers of the relay. Second best time, in fact, but they're very slow in the second leg. Majestic Melons easily gonna get the win by several lengths. Bobble Squad could not recover from that mistake, and the Majestic Melons will get a top 4 finish in this event. Good recovery after getting a goose egg in the first event. They get a sub 6 second run. That's one of their best. I actually think that's their best relay performance ever, as we can clearly see their improvement. But as we go into quarterfinal B, it is the Efficient Eggs and the Shadow Riders. Efficient Eggs, underdogs here. Shadow Riders, one of the strongest relay teams. Eggs have a slight lead, but the Shadow Riders get it back on the second leg, and the Shadow Riders easily get the win. That was not much of a surprise there. The Shadow Riders just stretching their lead from the second leg onwards, and the Efficient Eggs had nothing to show for it. And the Eggs will not be repeat medaling. Shadow Riders, however, will get another top 4 finish. 5.54 seconds, that is the best time of the day, as they are looking good in this event. But now in quarterfinal C, Blue Lotus that made their amazing comeback in the heats against the Olive Orbs, and of course our record holders, the Valley Dashers. Valley Dashers catching up right now. Will they do it? No, Blue Lotus! Another great final stand, and the Blue Lotus are looking fierce in the relay. One season ago, they lost out in the quarterfinals actually, in the relay, and that cost them a medal. The Blue Lotus are advancing on to the semis, looking to get a medal in the relay, perhaps a gold as well. But in the final quarterfinal, Sinister Sprinters and the Poison Ivy, the Sprinters, had the best time in the heats. Poison Ivy pulled an upset victory against the Deep Divers. And the Poison Ivy, a fantastic second leg. They're easily going to get the win. Despite a good start from the Sinister Sprinters, the Poison Ivy popped off in the second part of the course. And from there on, there was no catching up for the Sinister Sprinters. The Poison Ivy get the win easily over the Sinister Sprinters. Almost a full second ahead. This is not a great time for the Sinister Sprinters. They will only get 7th. Valley Dashers get 5th. Then it's the Eggs, Sinister Sprinters, and Bobble Squad get 9 and 8 points respectively in the championship. But now we go on to the semifinals. The winner of this will go straight to the finals and will get no less than silver. Majestic Melons, 16th in Event 1. Shadow Riders, 4th in Event 1. Who will advance on to the finals? It is very close between them, almost neck and neck at the halfway point, but the Shadow Riders will get the win handily in the second half of the run. Look at this, pretty much neck and neck going into the third leg. That is Contour actually, that pulls it out in the third leg, and Silhouette, the captain, clamps the win in their hands with a 5.79 seconds, almost half a second better than the Majestic Melons. So they will be going to the finals and will get their first medal of the season, and they'll be joined by one of the Blue Lotus and the Poison Ivy. The Blue Lotus looking very strong in this event, but the Poison Ivy, another great comeback for them. Can the Blue Lotus catch up? They cannot. Actually, it was very close, but I'm pretty sure the Blue Lotus was too little, too late for them. The Poison Ivy usurped the Deep Divers in the heats. They usurp the Blue Lotus, the top 2 from Season 1, here. By 0.04 of a second, the Poison Ivy are going to the final. But now we go to the bronze medal race. Majestic Melons and the Blue Lotus. These two, 16th and 5th respectively, from event 1 in the championship. Who will get the first bronze? Who will get the second bronze of the season? It's very close between them, but in the final leg, it is going to be the Majestic Melons that get bronze. A great recovery from them. They will get a good amount of points. And the Blue Lotus, a bit of a disappointment for them. After looking so strong in the first 2 rounds, they will settle for 4th place. Still, solid points all for them. They're looking good in this season. But now, for the gold medal race, who will get the second gold of the season? It is the Shadow Riders, one of the strongest relay teams, and the Poison Ivy, one of the best performing teams in this event. Poison Ivy have the lead, but they're slowing down, and it's going to be the Shadow Riders that get gold in the relay. Look at this, the Poison Ivy doing so well in the second leg like they have so many times in this event, but slowing down allows the Shadow Riders to catch up and claim gold with a time of 5.89 seconds. They missed the podium in the first event. They missed the podium in the Season 1 relay. They missed the podium in Season 1 as a whole. But they do not miss the podium here. In fact, they're on the top step of it as the Shadow Riders claim gold in the relay race. Poison Ivy get their first medal in the A division ever with the silver medal. And the Majestic Melons, a good recovery from them to get 15 points in the championship with the bronze medal after a goose egg in the first event. But the Shadow Riders, 4th and 1st in the 2 events we've had, go into the lead. Then it's the Poison Ivy jumping up 6 spots into 2nd. Slime Balls fall to 3rd. And then it's the Floundering Fish and the Fish and Eggs, top 3 from event 1, are in 3rd to 5th.